Oh, good. What's up, folks? Oh, let's see if I can do this right. It's this one right here. There we go. Okay. I gotta put this all back together. Do a little cleanup work on it. I meant to do it the other day, but I didn't. Got to blow out all that crap in there. See all that? That's the clutch cover. So I got to blow that out. What's up, Nick? Oh, grease. Bitsy! Well, I got to make another pot. Crazy, right? I'm in the basement. I'm in the inner sanctum. Yeah, you see that? The inner sanctum. It was funny. I had a video the other day. I was talking about golf, and one of the reviewers I was talking about was, damn, man, that was dirty. Mark Crossfield. So, any of you golfer guys that are out there, I know Nick used to play a little bit. I try to play at least 2 or 3 times. 2 or 3 times a month if I can. But I can't. See, my hair's all messed up today because I blew my back out on Friday. So I was trying to say. So I needed to get out of bed because it was driving me crazy. But what was I saying? Crap. Oh, my hair is all messed up because I blew my back out. That's why it's all messed up. But I'm in the inner sanctum, and I'm doing this video and all that kind of stuff, and I live streamed, and some guy goes, "Man, you got a, like, scary basement." Well, this is what a man basement looks like. You guys seen it? I don't know. I know, right? Because you dropped your damn phone in the live feed. I understand. I understand what you did, Nick. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we were out of coffee. Oh yeah, I think I've had that before. I think I got that as a like a gift pack or something like that. It was pretty good. But I'm gonna go put this Husqvarna 550 chainsaw back together. I greased all the bearings and all that kind of stuff. A couple things you do have to grease on these things. I don't know if you guys knew or not. On the inner bearing. Is that the inner bearing right there? That hole? Okay. That needs the grease point. That's the needle bearings for the sprocket. ASP, baby. That needs to be greased along with the bar nipple. As I call it. The tip. You have to tip it with that one. This bar is dirty, disgusting, so I gotta clean that out. So I'm just putting it back together, that's all. Who's on here? I don't even know who's even on here anymore. Should I take this up like this? Not sure that. Yeah, I'll show that. Okay. 3 thumbs up. I don't even know who's on here. So so what I did do was grease it. Grease the bar. I found that throughout the years. And checking with all the logger guys to put this on is a little easier. So you put that on first, and then you put it through the clutch. I don't see how those guys... Oh, I know why, because it's an inner clutch. That's why. Alright. Goes easier like this. Goes on there like thusly. Oh. Alright, now, see, that's the clutch. Okay, so this inner steel band here, when the saw brake works, this clamp sprays, pops closed. Ow! I don't know if I cut myself or not, but that's what holds. That's what the chain brake is. So you have to, and it grabs hold of the rim on the clutch. So you have to make doubly sure that this is nice and clean. Doesn't have to be spotless. Doesn't have to be clean room spot. You know, but you do have to inspect all the parts. Make sure all the parts are good. And you want to get the goo and schmoo out. This is the part of the saw that makes it safe. Okay. Good. One of the things that I like that the manufacturers are doing now is see how these bar nuts, those are the bar nuts. They're attached now. Before, like on my old saw, I carry 4 or 5 sets of bar nuts because you would lose these. I mean, you'd spin them off real fast and they would fall on the ground, and you're in the woods and you'll never find it. So we jam him on there like thusly. Okay. Grab the scrunch. Drop those on. And the VCG boys on here. I don't know if anybody's on here or not. I can't tell. I don't know how to operate it, but I think I might have something for the VCG boys. Justin Carter, I've always over tightened. Oh, check that out. Holy crap. Okay, I'm on here, bro. I'll be there. Okay, smash that like button. Yeah, okay. Matt, I've seen the chainsaw adapter for a skill saw. Okay, cool. What's the pitch of the chain that you have? Uh-oh, what the hell did I just do? Crapola. Show. There it is. Okay. Sorry, I did something funky. What's the pitch of the chain? I've always over tightened my chain to make it complicated. What the heck is going on? Show. Okay. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. Pitch of the chain is 58. Let me see. I don't remember. Yeah, 58. Let me see. I think I messed something up here. Okay. No. Show all the things. That flips that down to there. Okay, I've always opened time. It makes it complicated. I'm here, Vince. Too. Okay. All right. Justin. Okay. I know, right? So to tighten up the bar nuts on there. Ooh, that little heater's doing nice. To tighten up the bar heaters, it's pretty simple actually. So one of the useful tools is, it's called a scrunch. It's a screwdriver and a wrench. So one side takes the bar nuts, the other side takes the spark plug out. So look at that. Vince, I don't know if you're on here or not, but you want to see frozen glue? Type on 2, baby. That stuff freezes up like crazy. I think, Vince, if you're on here, I think I got a package that's got to go to VCG. You guys might like it. It's something I don't use anymore. So, so tighten the chain up. It's pretty simple. All right, let me see if I can bring you guys in kind of close here. Not kind of close. I've forgotten. Okay. Can I pin? Yeah, oh, look at that. Oh boy, man, that's ugly. Okay. I got some pro photography going on here. Alright, where's the freaking... What the hell did I do? Yeah, Type Bond's the only glue I use. It's either Type Bond 2 or 3. There we go. Sorry, guys. Alright, so. What's going on, Miss Marie? Alright, so to tighten the chain. Okay, so we can look. See how the chain is just barely in the bar? Okay. See how the drive links at the bottom there are still attached, okay, to the bar. They're not coming out. That's a little kind of loose for me. Alright. So, what I like to do... What's going on there, Miss Marie? Alright, so, what I like to do, that's a little loose for me. So I take it just a squeak more. Hold the bar up, take it a squeak in. That's about right. Now, if all is well, see, that just feels just a squeak tight. Okay. That feels like a squeak tight for me, but it will stretch. So when you go to tighten up the bar, push the bar up. Okay. And you want to tighten them down evenly. Okay. Because if not, you'll distort this outer case. And that you don't want to do. And that's all there is to it. Slap your brake on. And most importantly, to protect that chain, I always have scabbards. And then for the rest, alright, let's see if we can bring you over here. And then for the rest of the inspection, this normally has 3, so there's 1 that's actually missing, 2, and then 3. We're going to make sure that all this stuff in here is tight. Okay. And that it's somewhat clean. I don't know where I got this. This is actually a tent brush. Okay, this is what was meant to clean out tents. I think I got it at Sunny Surplus. Who remembers Sunny Surplus? Anybody remember Sunny Surplus? Holy smokes, I remember it in the good old days when you can go in there and you could buy, like, you know, like bayonets and stuff. I mean, like, you know, 10-year-old kid walking out with a giant bayonet for like $4. You're like, yeah. But somewhere along the line, I bought this thing, and now, as you can see, it's just packed full of like schmutz. But it's perfect now because it's got all the schmutz in it. So I make sure that it stays clean. Now, one of the issues that I see with a lot of people is they'll go out and they have problems with their saw. What you doing, Marie? Oh, thank you. My youngest daughter, Marie. You want to say hi? You can turn around here and say hi. No, it's just facing this way. Look, here, come here. You can say hi.
Hello.
Say hi, Mr. Justin. Oh, thank you. She brought me iced tea.
You're wearing my cat's.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna stretch him out.
No, I'm not gonna stretch him out.
Okay.
I'm actually.
Can I smell cocoa?
You want it? What? Oh, cocoa. Yeah, you can have some cocoa. So, the problem that people have with chainsaws in general is that they don't maintain them. They don't keep them up. They'll keep fuel in them. I think this has a little bit of fuel in it. And I got to burn that out. I got to cut some more wood, but when my back's feeling better, I can do that. But just make sure everything's clear. That you know, you know, that it will operate, and make sure that you take the gas out, because the newer carburetors, you'll notice. Crap. You'll notice the carburetor itself, there are no screws, but you do see wires in there from the coil, and from there's a little ECM in the new saws. All the new saws, whether it's Still, whether it's Husqvarna, John's Red, any of the premium brands, they all have electronic carburetors nowadays to meet the EPA spec. So all of these saws are real finicky about the fuel you stick in them. There's a guy called Hot Saws 101. He's a guy out of Oregon or something. Go check his channel out on chainsaws, because I'm going to change the oil that I use. I'm a diehard Husqvarna 2-stroke oil fan, and he did a video a couple weeks back on it, and he said he uses Modal or something like that. It's a really good 2-stroke oil. And so I'm going to change over, and he took a saw apart, and he saw what the standard Husqvarna oil does, and it really kind of gums up the inside, the innards of the saw itself, so it doesn't run as clean as it could. And the heat transfer of it is not as good. So I'm going to change over to that, but I'm going to burn this stuff out. And I tend to buy, in the wintertime, I tend to buy the fuel without the ethanol in it. You have to go to your power equipment dealer, and they will either sell you a pre-mixed can of ethanol-free fuel, or they will sell you just the straight gasoline without the oil in it at all, with no ethanol. So it's that good. That stuff is really good. I know Husqvarna sells it in my equipment. I'm going to have to do like a live feed or a video of my equipment dealer at Jack Small Engines. I'll have to call them up to see if I can do that. And I know Ron won't kick me out, because I can't tell you how much money is spent in that place. But yeah, so the tent bush. What kind of shirt is that? Oh, ASP, Appalachian Service Project. I don't know if those guys are on or not. You guys on still? I don't know who's on or not. Appalachians. I'm gonna have to send you guys a packet. I don't know if you guys are into it or not. So I'm not sure who's into it. But once a year, my oldest daughter and I, we go down to do the tennis. It's either Kentucky or West Virginia, down to a place called for a week. It's a Appalachian Service Project. It's basically like a Habitat for Humanity with a church-based type of thing that we rebuild houses, and it's cool. You get a ton out more than you get a lot more out of it than you do get into it. So I love it. So the coveted thing of it is not, anything, but it's the T-shirt is the coveted thing, and at the end of the week, you're just totally, completely, and utterly spent. So it's really good. All right, so back to the saws. So you want to pay attention to good two-stroke oil. I know a lot of people like to run Echo Red Max, Echo Red something, Echo. I don't know what it's called. Echo something. Red Armor. Echo Red Armor, which is good. And I also use, a lot of them like to use stuff called, it's German, it comes in a blue pack. I don't know if I have any in here or not. No, I'm out of it. But that's the other stuff that works real well. It's, I'll think of it in a minute, but that stuff works really well. So I'm reconsidering a lot of the two-stroke oils that I'm using in these saws. And the first saw I have, my 372, the big boy. I've had that since '98, and I've run that saw very hard. That saw's a beast. All right, so let's put this back together. I've already sharpened the chain. Now, one of the things that I like about Husqvarna over than Stihl, there's a couple of things, but one of the things that I do like is the ease at which you can put these back together. See, that's snapped in, not snapped in. And the other side is actually gone because I lost it. Okay, there should be a snap there. I need to get that one, and that's okay. I'll go over to Ron and he'll set me up. But the big boy, that's the monster. This is the first real saw I ever bought. I mean, I bought like a pull-in, and Husqvarna owns pull-in. But this saw, this is a beast. I love this saw, man. This is a 372. This saw has been in existence for 20 years? Maybe even longer. It's been in existence a very long time. And it's a very good saw. I like it very muchly. Now, Justin, you're still on here, right? Okay, cool. So, the difference... Remember on the other saw how you could see the outboard clutch? I'll show you the difference in this one. This is an inboard clutch. Ouch. I think this has like a 24-inch bar on it. Now you'll notice remember on the other saw how I said, you know, they had the captured bar nuts? Well, these are not captured. These are replacement. See how the bar nuts come off? On the other saw, they were captured, so you couldn't lose them. So if you're in the woods and you take the bar off to sharpen it or to clean it or do whatever, flip the bar over, these you typically lost. So what happens? Backing the bar off. Okay. This saw is dirty too. This saw is really dirty. So remember on the other one, the clutch was on the cover. This, see how there's no clutch on there? Okay, see there's no clutch? It's dirty though. And you can also see, can you see that? Let's see if we can touch that. Yeah, there you go. You can see the clutch, the inboard clutch. See how you can see? Let's see if I can, oops. Crap. All right. You can see that there is a clutch here. All right, now let's take this off. Ow. That is very, very sharp. Okay. I'm going to leave that right in the scabbard. But you can see the inboard clutch. Okay? This is the clutch itself. There's a band that goes on the outside of here. Then when you engage the brake, it stops this whole whoozy what's it. Okay? Dirty. It's a dirty bird. I don't like having dirty bird saws. I loaned this out to... No, I used this last. So I violated my own rules. I violated my own rules of having a dirty saw here. Alright. You saw the little one that came down the steps. She's pretty cool. But we got her one of those hoverboard things. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It's like woo woo woo. If you hear a funky noise, that's the hoverboard she's driving around the living room itself. Alright, so let's clean all the schputz up in there. Holy smokes, is that bad. Everybody's like, sorry, I know I'm doing this off camera. Oh man, look at this mess. This also helps the saw to run cleaner when it's not all gooped up with crap. And I know some guys like to run their saws dirty, just because it's, you know, they'll clean just the parts that they need to and run the rest, kind of dirty. I had a pulling cheap chainsaw once, and I loaned it out to a friend, and they cut through a cyclone. What are you doing, knucklehead?
I'm watching you on the TV.
You are?
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm watching you on the TV.
Ah, okay. You mean on the computer?
No, TV.
How?
If you search up N3QTV on YouTube on the TV, it'll come up.
Did you guys know that?
I'm watching you.
Did you know that? You can go on the TV and look up
I'm watching
N3QTV.
it right now. It's full
I didn't do that. I did have a Poland. I had actually 2 Polands. I think I bought my first Poland at Caldor. Do you remember Caldors at all? Caldor was a neat YouTube TV. That's it. I didn't know about that. I was like, ooh, really? I didn't know about that at all. Holy smokes. So, oh. How was coffee, Nick? I didn't have any coffee, but I did have iced tea. I love iced tea. That's on the thing I'm going to give up. Hello, Marie. How are you? My daughter's watching, apparently, in the thing, so I didn't know. Alright, back to this thing. I'm getting all funky. Alright. What's up, Knucklehead?
Hi.
There's my other one.
Hi.
That's the other one. Redhead. Chainsaw. Clearing up chainsaws. You can say hi to Mr. Justin and to, I don't know who else is on here.
I don't know who else is on here. Hi, guys.
Oh, Nick is on here.
Sweet.
And Mr. Justin's on here.
Hi, guys.
Alright, watch out. Don't step in the...
Hello.
Gremlins. Alright, girls, watch out.
Okay.
Alright.
Bye, guys.
Now you know why I got gray hair. Jeez. That's why I gave up working for 14 years. It's tough, I'll tell you. I think, Justin, you stay home with your kids, don't you, too? You're self-employed at home. Yeah, I mean, I did audio-video work for many, many years. Custom audio work. We would go into homes and we would automate them. We'd put in, you know, $500,000 home theaters and all that kind of fun stuff, and we'd automate lights. We'd do whole house theater, lighting control, HVAC control, everything. So basically when they walk up and... no, I dropped them off at school and I go to work. Okay, good. But it doesn't pay. Audio video work was nice, and I got paid very handsomely. But in Maryland, to get very good, acceptable childcare, you couldn't afford it. We couldn't afford it. I mean, we couldn't afford it. So I stayed home, and it was tough. It was a real mind screw for probably 4 months. It was, you know, go from leading a job of $750,000 to automate a person's house. You know, we had everybody from politicians to athletes to really wealthy people. So it's a little mind screw to go from swinging a hammer and getting jobs done to changing diapers and cleaning the house. So in between there, I did I needed to get out of the house, so I became a volunteer EMT firefighter for the better part of 10 years, and then their schedules kind of kept me away from doing stuff like that. But so that's what I did, and then just recently I took my real estate course and exam. Oh, iced tea, yummy. Oh, I gotta put this all back together, and then my back's starting to really hurt now. All right, inboard clutch, Husqvarna, same thing. Make sure everything's nice and clean. Doesn't have to be operating room clean, but you want to make sure that all those pieces and parts are all clean. And then, well, I do need to lube the bearing. Where is Where's the grease gun? Nick, did you steal my grease gun? You did, didn't you? No, I'm just a tool junkie. I'm a tool junkie. I have a lot of people that give me tools, and I've tried. I have a lot of people that are in construction that have a tendency to play with their tools. Construction tools, and so I do a lot with those, and I have my mechanic guy who lends me a lot of his gear wrench stuff. If you've guys not messed with gear wrench, you guys will know a tool manufacturer called Mac Tools. Anybody know Mac Tools? Ugh, my hands are messy. Well, the parent company that makes Mac Tools is Apex Tools. Apex Tools makes gear wrench. Exact same factory, exact same tool. A quarter of the price. Now, gear wrench does have tool trucks that are out there. And they work very well. I have an old Makita 10-inch table saw that I want to rebuild once. Wobbles. Oops. Oh, the battery's getting low. Crap. I have an old Makita 10-inch miter saw that I rebuilt once. How does this on the table wobbles? Yep. Yes, you can. So, the people that make Mac tools is called Apex. You can ask your Mac tool guy. He probably sells gear wrench too. So, if he does, I know Mac sells a 80-tooth ratchet. And if he sells gear wrench, as he might, if he wants to expand his tool line, if he does carry a gear wrench, pick the two up. They're almost exactly the same. The innards of them, if you take them apart, are exactly the same. Shh. Don't tell anybody I told you. But, oh, this is a mess. I just made a mess here. But I do love the tool trucks. Yeah. Once I start rolling back on real estate and start selling some houses, I'm going to become very good friends with my gear wrench guy. And I've tried everybody. I've got tools here from Klein, from Strap-On, and Cornhole. I mean, Cornhole's horrible. I mean, that's just bad stuff. And I don't know if you guys have ever bought off of Cornwall tool truck. They're awful. Every one of those reps that I have in those on those tool trucks, they're just awful. They're just mean. They're just mean. And their tools are kind of crappy. They're all Chinese junk. And when you ask them, well, why are your wrenches that are kind of soft, and they're who did it? AVE did one. Did a bunch of reviews on wrenches, and he had one on Cornhole, and that was the softest of them all. Their fit and finish is not real good. Yeah, Cornwell used to be good. Mac Tools, yeah, they used to Mac. Mac, I don't know what's going on with Mac. Mac always has a problem with, if you go through, they change reps. I mean, every time you look, like every 6-8 months. Now I go to the tool trucks where my mechanic is. We have a very good relationship, and I'll go through and all that kind of stuff, and I'll get on those guys' trucks. But the Mac guys, they don't last for 6-8 months. I don't know what the deal is with those guys. And Matco, is it Mac, or is it Matco? Maybe it's the Matco guy It's either one of the two, either Matco or Mac. I'm not sure which one of the two. There's another guy's channel that you should kind of check out. He's a good old boy. His channel is called J. Oh man, what is it? Here now, Max. Right here. Same for 20 years. Okay, all right. Yeah, right. You know, and see the problem I think with a lot of those guys that you find out is they find out that they think that it's going to be easy. I don't know how those guys stay in business. I mean, they'll sit there and they'll have a guy with like $300 worth of tools, and he pays like $15, $20 at a clip. You can't make any money like that. So I don't know how they stay in business. And it's work. It's work to drive one of those tool trucks around. It's work to keep all that stock on board. It's a ton of work. So let's put this all back together, you see? You think? Oh. There's my grease gun. Grease gun. Cold. Oh boy, is it cold. Oh mama. Well, the grease is good. It's just cold. There it goes. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I hate those grease guns. They're awful to prime. So this chain's a little different. Alright, dude. Me too. I'm just going to do this. This is a 325 pitch. Or it's a 50 gauge. 50 gauge something. 3/8. 50 3/8. Sorry. Alright, Justin. We'll talk to you later, man. Thanks. I'm not sure who else is on here. I sold long equipment. You did? Oh, we're going to have to talk about that. Oh, you just can't drop a bomb like that and say, oh, oh, that's cool. That's some fun stuff right there, bro. Alright, guys. We'll talk to you later. I see the boys at VCG are up. So I'm going to go stick over and hang over in their thing. Yes, we will. We will absolutely have to talk about firewood processors. Alright, bro. We'll see ya. Bye.